Welcome and good afternoon, everyone, to yet another joint meeting for the Toastmasters Club of Storytellers and Leaders Connect. Well, today here we are gathered with an amazing theme, and the theme is close to heart for any Toastmaster, which is about sharing and giving evaluation, feedback. And I just read today in an article written by a fellow Toastmaster that when you're getting feedback, it's a precious gift. Take it with care. Well, it's all about feedback today. I hope our GE here has already started taking notes or giving us the same. On that note, let me share the Toastmasters mission statement with all of you. At Toastmasters, we provide
a positive and supportive environment in which members are empowered to demonstrate and grow in their communication and leadership journey.
Thank you so much, Mr. G, for today. Thank you for covering up. Yes, I was lost in words and in thoughts in parallel. Thank you for reading out the mission statement. I will proceed with reading out the basic ground rules for our meeting today. The 3 basic ground rules. Rule number 1, let us all keep ourselves on mute unless asked for, especially when somebody is speaking or somebody gives uncanny long pauses. Rule number 2, let's keep our videos on, smile as often as we can and encourage the speaker. And rule number 3, let's just sink in the content today and enjoy ourselves through the next 2 hours. With that, I'd like to call upon stage our presiding officer for today, Toastmaster Mohit, with applause.
A huge round of applause for Deepthi. Thank you for that energetic start. And yeah, it happens to the best of us, right? We sometimes do get lost in our thoughts and all the distractions around. And that's why the rest of us are here to see how best we can support our partners. So thank you once again, Deepthi, for that start. And I wanted to start with a question for all of you. Right? What's the difference between people who are not successful and those who are successful? Any answers to that question? Anyone?
They don't learn from the mistakes they make.
They don't learn from the mistakes. Okay. Yeah. So what I found out recently, yeah, somebody else was saying something as well. Yeah, go ahead.
I was saying their thought process, how they thought and action accordingly.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. All of those. But what I gathered today from the today's newspaper is that the difference between not so successful and successful people is that the successful people say yes a lot. They say yes to almost every opportunity that comes their way. Now, let me ask you the follow-up question. What's the difference between the successful people and ultra successful people?
Ultra successful people also know when to say no.
Bingo! That was exactly the answer I was looking for. Yes, the ultra successful people say no to almost everything that comes their way. Now, isn't that a little ironical? And can't we directly jump to becoming ultra successful by saying no? I'll leave you with that thought and I'll come back and answer that question in my closing address. But for now, let me take the meeting forward and let's see who all do we have as guests today. So definitely Madhusudan, I see you in the meeting and I would really like you to come forward and share with us a little bit about yourself.
Actually, sir, is right due to one medical emergency. Right now I am in a hospital, but I can hear you. Pardon me for not sharing, opening the video. I am a teacher from Kerala, Kannur district. Okay, sir.
Okay, you're a teacher from Kerala and we really hope and pray for the speedy recovery of whoever is in the hospital. And yeah, feel free to like attend as much as you can, or even if you want to step away, perfectly fine. But we are so glad you were able to join us today, Madhusudan. Look forward to your feedback later in the meeting or offline. Thank you once again for joining. And we also have Chandrasekhar P today with us. So, Chandrasekhar, would you like to come forward and share a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster Mohit. I'm Toastmaster Chandra from Nizampet Toastmasters, Hyderabad, and it is a community club. Currently, I'm the president of Nizampet Toastmasters Club. I'm happy to be part of your meeting today. So I've been watching quite sometimes posts from Chintan, and that's how I landed here. So I missed out the last meeting on the storytelling because of some personal commitments. I thought I'll be catching up on this meeting today. That's how I landed here. Thanks, Mohit. That's all from my side.
Thank you, Chandra. It's wonderful having you, and we will look forward to your feedback, and we'll also join into your meeting if possible sometime soon. Thank
Definitely,
you.
Mohit. I'll park it for the announcement section. I'll share that at the last. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much. All right, and let's see, who else do we have as guest today? Kalpana doesn't really look like a guest, but I'll still let you come forward, Kalpana, and share a little bit about what brings you here today.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Mohit. So, a very good afternoon to all. And I am part of a community club known as New Gurugram Toastmasters Club, which is in Sector 83 here. I also reside in Gurgaon, and I leave a bit of my introduction to the TMOD. But yes, I am here because I wanted to participate in other clubs and learn from a variety of people. And what better way to be here where we have people from across the continent. And yes, looking forward to being here and continue learning with you all. And thank you, Mohit, for running all those story writing sessions and all. It's a great inspiration. Let me be very honest here. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kalpana. Wonderful having you. Round of applause for you. So all of you are actually probably existing Toastmasters. Well, one thing that we all would agree that there's a lot of applause that happens in Toastmasters. So I was just thinking that there are lots of aha moments in Toastmasters, including applause, including honesty, and including avenues. So new avenues, new opportunities, a lot of that. So AHA, aha moments in Toastmasters are aplenty. And that also brings me to announcement of the upcoming contest season. For those of you who are new to Toastmasters, while in our regular club meetings, we have a friendly speech happening and evaluation coming our way. But when it comes to contests, it is more serious business where we compete with each other, and there's a panel of judges who judge us, and basis which winners are declared. Club winners go up to the area level and compete with winners from other clubs. The winners at the area level go further up to the division level, and on it goes up till the international level, where people from across countries all over the world, the best of the best, come together and compete. And there's an international speech contest champion who's called the world champion of public speaking, which is declared every year. And imagine the kind of avenues, opportunities that open up if you become that world champion of public speaking. In fact, not even that, even if you compete, the journey itself is full of rewards. There are two contests that happen in District 41, of which all of us are a part. One is the table topics contest, which is open to every member. The second is the international speech contest, which is open to every member who has completed their level 2. We will be having the table topics contest, the first one happening very soon, and keep you posted on that. It will be probably in the first week of December or somewhere around that time frame. And therefore, I want you all to be geared up for that. The good news is that next week we have the district champion of table topics, Toastmaster Davinder Singh, coming in our club to tell us all about table topics contests. He's going to tell us how to make our table topics effective. It will help us in more ways than one. So I would definitely request you all to make out time for attending that meeting and also spread the word. Like I said, table topics is open to all the members. Therefore, we are doing the table topics contest now, whereas we are doing the international speech contest a little later. It will happen in January or February time frame, because we want all of you to reach level 2 so that there's maximum participation. There's a lot of fun if many people participate and you win. I mean, there's only one person in the race. What's the fun? Winning, right? So keep a watch out for all those things happening. And with that, I would now like to invite our Toastmaster of the day to come forward and take us through the journey of what he's chosen as the theme for the day. Our Toastmaster of the day today is Toastmaster Chintan. Toastmaster Chintan is a clinical research professional. He joined Toastmasters in September of 21. He currently is serving as area director in District 6, which is part of USA, and is also the president at District 98. He has won many contests in Toastmasters and is also mentor for many aspiring communicators. He runs a firm which is called passion. What is it? Path to passion? Or sorry, I'm forgetting. Something to do with passion. Polish your purpose. Yeah, polish your purpose. So Toastmaster Chintan also helps us as a mentor in Leaders Connect and Toastmasters Club of Storytellers. And wish you all the best with the polish your purpose and with everything that you do. With a huge round of applause, let's welcome on stage our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Chintan.
In September 2021, when I joined Toastmasters, I did not know the basics of evaluation, how evaluation should be given for a Toastmaster speech. But I am a non-native English speaker. That means English is not even my third or fourth language. It's not on the list. So I learned by observing people talking, by observing how communication happens in movies, in news. And that's how I learned evaluation. And slowly I started taking slots of evaluations because I saw in my club and a few other clubs, the speaker slot were filled very fast, but they always wanted evaluators. And I thought this is something I should be trying at least. And I started giving evaluations, not knowing where I would end up. And I was selfish, to be very honest, because I wanted to improve my speaking ability. And believe me, the better you are as an evaluator, the better you can become a speaker. I wanted to understand what goes behind a speech. I always see anyone who goes on a stage with the eyes of an evaluator, whether I am having the role of that speech evaluator or not, because I love to dissect the speech into elements, into nuts and bolts to understand what goes behind that magical moments that they create. Some of the times it's the speaker who creates that aura, but most of the times it's also the words. They craft in a way like a chemist knows how to put one atom next to another atom and make an explosion. They know what word would be put next to what word and make a string of word in a way that they create an explosion in our mind, in our heart, and in our soul. And that was the passion I started learning evaluation. As I told, initially, I was very aggressive evaluator. There are three kinds of evaluators what I have observed. Evaluators which eliminate the confidence of a speaker, which they go on a stage and speak only in a very strong language about recommendations, and they eliminate the confidence the speaker has. And unfortunately, I have seen those evaluators. I had been one of those evaluators during my starting journey because I was boosting my ego. I wanted to show everyone that these are your mistakes. But little did I know that it's not how an evaluation should be done. Because when the table turned and I was a speaker and someone shredded me into pieces on the stage, I was devastated. And I still remember in October 2021, because I had been always an aggressive speaker. I used to go on the stage every time. In 1 month, I had given numerous speeches, and I attended a workshop from a world champion of Toastmasters called Mohammad Khatani. I think few of you might have seen him speaking. And I asked him on a one-to-one basis. I opened up a lot. I said, I really feel bad when an evaluator comes on a stage and points out the mistakes and tells me in a way that literally deteriorates and shatters my confidence. And one thing what he told, and I am just rephrasing, and this is a solution if you encounter any evaluator who tried to eliminate the confidence. As a speaker, what he suggested me is this. Chintan, no matter if it is Mohammad Khatani giving you an evaluation, if it is not resonating with your heart, take that evaluation and throw it in the dustbin as fast as you can. And those lines made me comfortable in my own skin, that I no longer seek validation from people who give feedbacks, unrequested feedbacks which I don't want. And I started looking for the evaluators. And that's how I became the second type of evaluator slowly. That is, the evaluators which equalize. Now, how many of you have seen the evaluator who comes on the stage wearing a smile, gives the recommendations, summary, conclusion, and then they step out and the speaker is still there not knowing what they have told? Because it was all flowery language, all the goody things, but those are just empty words. Have you encountered such evaluators who don't provide value? Raise your hand if you have been those evaluators. We all have been sometimes, because we sometimes want to make an impression, but we need to shift our spotlight from ourselves to the speaker. The evaluation is not for us. It's about the person who's giving a speech. And the moment I realized that, I started to evaluate to elevate the speaker. And that's where I started enjoying the process. After 2 to 3 minutes of my evaluation, I started getting calls from speakers, not only to say thanks, but to ask more, to dig deep into evaluation, that how they can implement what they have received. And that's a hallmark of a good evaluation in my eyes. That a speaker should go on a stage and ask for your evaluation. I have been fortunate to get requests from the finest speakers to evaluate their speeches. Not because I am a great evaluator, but I go as a person who wants to give value. In a word, evaluate, value is in the middle, and value is the core essence. If you think what value you can give, that's where you started becoming a better evaluator, an evaluator who can give value and can elevate the speaker's current state. Now let's start and jump into the meeting more. And for the guests and the Toastmasters who are fairly new, the meeting has 3 sections. First, prepared speech. Second, table topics, where everyone, including the guests, will get a chance to speak impromptu for 1 to 2 minutes. And third, what we are talking about today, the evaluation session, where we will be getting a lot of value from our general evaluator. And our general evaluator today is none other than Toastmaster Mohit Sani. Toastmaster Mohit Sani wears many hats. I lost the count how many. So just I stay limited to many. He's a project manager, he's a trainer, he's a writer, he's a storyteller, he's a word wizard, and he does so many things, and he's a so amazing human being. I have seen him nurturing both the clubs, Toastmasters Club of Storytellers and Leaders Connect Toastmasters, along with the other Sani from the Sani house. And let's welcome the one Sani, who is Toastmaster Mohit Sani, as a general evaluator, to introduce his role along with his team of evaluators.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chintan. You make me sound like I'm better than what I really am, but I humbly accept your wonderful introduction for me. I hope I continue to be on the path to experimenting and overcoming my own areas of improvement in the process. So thank you. As the general evaluator for the day, my role today is to evaluate everything that happens in the meeting, from even before the meeting starts to during the meeting and even after the meeting ends. So I will be keeping a close watch out for how we are doing, to notice two things. One, the things that we are doing well so that we can continue to do those well. And secondly, to identify the areas where we can do even better. And it's a huge responsibility, and I have a whole team to support me in the process. I hope I and my team are able to do it such that it elevates the participants who are present today. So let me invite on the stage, first of all, our tag team players. Tag team stands for timer, R counter, and grammarian. Today, the timer role is being played by Toastmaster Monica. Toastmaster Monica is a Toastmaster since early this year, and she's into a lot of things, including healing. And I have personally benefited from her healing process. And those of you who are interested in what it is can reach out to her one-to-one. But for now, today she's playing the role of the timer. So let me invite on stage Toastmaster Monica to explain her role as the timer of the day. Over to you, Monica.
Thank you so much, Mohit, for a wonderful introduction. Time. Everybody is always limited by time. How many times have you said that I have no time? But still, we really don't value time. And believe me, it is one of the resource which is given equally to everybody, whether he or she is a student, a professional, a house lady, a elderly person, but everybody has exactly same time. And before I tell you the rules, how you can utilize time better in this meeting, one point I want to emphasize is that your time is really, really precious. Ensure that you are investing in learning some skills or developing yourself. Otherwise, you will be wasting it. So about the meeting today, so I'll be ensuring that you all value your time, and to support you that I'll be monitoring how much time you are utilizing. So some ground rules that will be utilized when I'll be monitoring you all. The icebreaker speeches, whatever will be happening, are limited to be completed within 4 to 6 minutes time duration. I'll be sharing a green card when you are complete with 4 minutes. Then I'll be sharing a yellow card when you complete it by 5 minutes. And I'll be showing the red card when it's 6 minutes over. I'll be demonstrating my background in a little while. Let me complete the rules first. Afterwards, there'll be the speeches, normal speeches, which will range from 5 to 7 minutes. I'll be showing green card in 5 minutes. At 6 minutes, I'll show yellow card. At 7 minutes, I'll show the red card. For evaluation, again, there is a restriction to complete it within 2 to 3 minutes time frame. A green card would be raised in 2 minutes time. After it's 2 minutes 30 seconds, I'll be showing the yellow card. And when 3 minutes are over, I'll show the red card. And for table topics, you have to complete that within 2 minutes. 1 minute, I'll share the green card. When it's 1 minute and 30 seconds, I'll show the yellow card. And in 2 minutes time frame, I'll be showing the red card. And how I'll show it? For the greens, okay, I'll make my background as in the green. Hope this is visible to everybody. Can anybody confirm? Super. For yellow, my background will turn yellow. And when time is over, I'll become red. With that, I'll present my report towards end of the meeting. And for now, I'll pass on the stage to Mohit. Sorry, Chintan.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Monica. It was me indeed, actually, as the general evaluator for the day. So thanks for sharing the role as the timer. And just to add one thing, for the table topics, there would be a 30 seconds of grace period. Same would be the case for evaluation and speaking, the prepared speeches. However, for table topics, there would be like you need to speak for a minimum of 1 minute. So with that, let me now invite on stage our AHA counter for the day. Our AHA counter for the day today is Toastmaster Lavina. Toastmaster Lavina works with RBS, and she joined Toastmasters Club of Storytellers in September of 2022. Her objective was to hone her speaking, presentation, and leadership skills through Toastmasters. And we know Lavina also as someone who's extremely passionate about saving the environment. So if you have anything to do with climate change, green energy, and topics like those, then Lavina is the person to talk to. So without further ado, let me call on stage Toastmaster Lavina to share with us her role as the AHA counter of the day. Over to you, Lavina.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit. So I would be playing the role of an accounter. As an accounter, I would be watching everybody speak very closely and I would try to find out any such words like so, and repeat repetitive words like so, the, all these words are such words that they take away from the fluency of our speech and they create a negative kind of a aura around the speech. So that's about my role. In towards the end of the meeting, I would share my report. Over to you, Toastmaster Mohit.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Lavina. It's wonderful seeing you after a little break. Hope you continue to join more regularly. But let's move on to our grammarian of the day. The grammarian for the day today is Toastmaster Mehek. Now, Toastmaster Mehek is doing her master's in commerce from Delhi School of Economics. I know, like many of us too, Toastmaster Mehek as somebody who's extremely passionate about art, but she's gone one step forward and she has also learned at a rather very young age how to monetize her artwork. So that's probably something to talk to her about separately. But for now, inviting Toastmaster Mehek to share her role as the grammarian for the day. Over to you, Mehek.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit, for such warm welcome. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and dear guests. As a grammarian, my role is to note down the good usages and the not so good usage of the language that would be used in the meeting today. In addition, I will note down the number of times the word of the day has been used by different speakers. The word of the day for the meeting today is critique. That means a piece of writing that describes the good and the bad points of somebody or something. It isn't just a fancy word to criticize, but it's a thoughtful evaluation, a review, or an analysis. And at Toastmasters, we are all about giving feedback that helps each other to improve. And critique is the perfect way that reminds us about our goals. So here it could be used in a sentence like, let me offer a quick critique to help you level up your public speaking game. So today I challenge you to use the work of the day, that is critique, in your speeches, table topics, and evaluations. Let's get creative and use the work of the day. For all the speakers who are using the work of the day, we should encourage them by showing a thumbs up. So this was the work of the day, and this is my role as the grammarian. Now I will pass the stage back to Toastmaster Mohit.
Huge round of applause for Mehak. Thank you, Mehak. Such a good word of the day, critique. I hope by the end of the meeting, we are able to provide a nice critique of however the meeting goes today. Thank you. And yeah, that was my team. And we will be back again towards the end of the meeting to share our individual reports and my overall report for how the meeting went. And with that, I would like to hand over the stage back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Chintan.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit, for wonderfully explaining your role and introducing your team of evaluators. Tell me, how many times have you struggled while making notes of the speech evaluation? Do we have someone like that? We are going to today discuss a template which had helped me, and having a template is not something that you need to follow the same, but it's like a crutch. Initially, we'll get the support from there, and then we make it personalized. We improvise, and then we make it our own. I learned this template from so many workshops, from so many speakers who have aced evaluations, and I started improvising that little tool, what I call, and that helped me to become a better evaluation taker. Because no matter how good you are as an evaluator, if you can't take notes in a way that you can read while it's your turn to deliver, it's almost useless. What I call, there are three things for anyone to become an evaluator or a critic who can elevate the level of a speaker. The first one is a mindset. In the mindset, anyone has any idea what is the most important aspect when you want to be a better evaluator? What is the fundamental thing you need to keep in mind when it comes to evaluation? You can shout out, you can type in the chat. Anyone? Yeah, Kalpana.
So the first thing I think is to be non-judgmental. Go with an open mind.
Absolutely, absolutely. What you said is absolutely correct. Any other opinion? Because there are no wrong answers and there are no right answers. There are just answers which we feel are appropriate answers. Yeah, Mohit.
Honesty, say.
Yeah. So honesty, going in a non-judgmental way, unbiased way. Any other thought from anyone?
Purpose-based. What is the purpose of the speech it was delivered?
Yeah. We should know the purpose, especially in the normal, regular Toastmasters meetings. An evaluator should always reach out to the speaker asking, is there something you are looking for? I need to pay close attention to. And make sure that you pay close attention to. If you miss during the evaluation, then reach out to the speaker afterwards and tell something what the speaker was looking for. So having a purpose is absolutely right, and it's an important aspect. Any other thought?
I think the intent of helping the person grow is important.
Yep. So yeah, absolutely. That is what I shared. And I told in a way that we need to shift the spotlight from us to them, because we don't need to be someone who goes on a stage and perform an evaluation, but rather go on a stage and give value to someone. As yesterday's your piece, which was written in a way that it's a gift that we need to give, and we need to understand that it's a gift. So we need to be going with that mindset rather than getting the spotlight on ourselves while we give the evaluation. So it's not a speech per se. You are not a speaker when you are giving an evaluation. That is one thing. Any other aspect? Because all the answers are right. And I just want to add something, that always remember the evaluation is for the speech and never for the speaker. If you know someone who is on the stage, who had crossed 5 levels, who had been 2 times DTM, who had been on world champion stage, don't be overwhelmed by the aura of the profile you receive, that this is my speaker. Because as I told, when I evaluate speakers who are gone to the stages, I can do it because I see it in a very objective way, without thinking who is the speaker. Because a speaker might be someone who is not even a Toastmaster or a first-time speaker, or who is always been to the world champions of public speaking. But we need to see those 5 to 7 minute speech. It's like a cricket match. No matter it's Sachin, the bowler should always focus on the ball he needs to bowl. So focus on the speech, what on those 5 to 7 minutes the speech is going to be. And this will solve a lot of problems which an evaluator feels. Because I have seen few of the evaluators go on a stage and then appreciate the speaker to an extent that the new person who wants to give the speech might feel that I would not get that appreciation. We should not rely on the background with which the speaker is coming. No matter the speaker has a good background or a bad background, a good relation, or they owe us 1 lakh rupees or you owe them 1 lakh rupees. It doesn't matter. It's just pure speech. 5 to 7 minute speech, the content. You are an evaluator for a speech and not a speaker. And then what Mohit and everyone said, those particular aspects, when we keep in mind, we will never fail to provide the value to the person who's seeking the evaluation. Because I've seen speakers, they seek evaluation. They are hungry for recommendations. They want recommendations. But our job is not only to give recommendation. We need to give commendation as well. And how we will jot it down during the speech, during the silence, or during silence in case of the contest, or silence in case of in between the speeches or the sections, and how we will deliver. We will discuss it in depth, what I use and what might be useful. So you will walk away with a tool. What I said, that a mindset is important, and this, what we discussed, is the mindset. The next comes a tool set. A tool set which would be what we are looking for in the speaker. You are looking for a speech. Now, what particular in a speech you are looking for? You should have a tool to identify. And first tool is active listening. Remember that the person who's delivering a story is the most important story they can share. And the gift you can give is to listen with your heart. So if you have the tendency to listen with intent, to care and give a gift, then half of your work is done as an evaluator. Because then you will be able to see the speaker in the dimension which no other can see. As I said about dissecting the speech, understanding the nuts and bolts of the speech, because we would not be only listening to the words they speak, but we would be feeling their feelings underneath those words. We would be understanding from where those words are coming and why those words are being shared. And we can see a speech like a piece of art of why the stroke goes there and why the stroke goes there. And we can understand the direction with which speech evolves. And we can understand this point, if the brush would have moved slightly slower, or this part, if the speaker had used the greener color mode, it would have been cherry on the cake. We all could do this if we have the first tool of active listening in our tool set. Right. So first tool is an active listening. Second tool we will discuss, and then we'll move ahead with the prepared speech. And for that, I want you to grab a pen and paper as fast as you can. Now, what we are going to discuss is going to be a tool you will use while noting down and while delivering your evaluation, because I hear so many people coming to me asking how we jot down, because a speech has not in doctor's prescription, but in a way that we can read in an effective manner while delivering. So I want you to make a plus on your paper, a big plus, right? On top of that plus, you write opening. On bottom of it, you write conclusion. And as soon as you make the plus, you have got 4 boxes. On left side upper box, you write opening, or you write commendations. You write commendations in the left upper box. On the right box, you write recommendations. On the left bottom box, you write commendations. On the right bottom box, you write in conclusion. And that's it. This is the formula. They make or feel those C's, the uppermost C, that is commendation. What you not like so much, you write R. If the C is overflowing in your upper hand, then add it into the lower bottom. That is another C. And on the right bottom, it's a summary. And you don't write what the speaker has told, all the sentences. As I told, when you are actively listening, there are some words, there are some sentences which have aha moment, what Mohit said. Those sentences you write on a second page or on the back side of the page. So you have that ready reference when you speak of commendations, or when you want to write of recommendations, then put a point there. So while listening and consuming and enjoying and savoring the speech of a speaker, you just jot down the pointers and the sentences which resonate the most with you, you jot down those sentences. And at the end, it would evolve as an evaluation in a very structured way. And then all you need to do is to use your creativity and connect those words in a way that creates impact and makes sense to the speaker in a way that they feel they've got value from the evaluation. And we are going to see it live because we are going to witness a speech from Toastmaster Kalpana. So I want all of you to fill in that plus, fill in that evaluation template or a tool which we discussed, and try to practice. As I told, this is not the tool which is the only tool, but this is something you once adapt, it will be a crutch, it will be a support. And then slowly you will understand this is something I don't want to do, that I want to do. I always put a single tick for commendation and double tick for recommendation when I write in a very fast way. And after doing those plus and minuses and everything crazy things I have done, now I can understand and I can record the speech evaluation without the paper, because my mind, it is clear that the C goes here, R goes here, C goes here, and the summary. And the opening, what would go in your opening? It should be something very personal. Not that Mohit is a good storyteller or a great storyteller or an amazing mentor. It's true, but this is not the time to appreciate him as a speaker. Remember, the opening also should have the elements of the speech, how they connected with you. For an example, thank you, Mohit, for the speech, which gave a key message and resonated with me. It's not about Mohit, but it's about the speech which he had delivered. And the conclusion, also at the end, which is a powerful way to end up in a personalized manner. So you have opening, which is a personalized value statement, what you got out of a speech, commendation, recommendation, commendation, and the in conclusion part of the summary, and ending with a personalized, powerful, conclusive remarks. And let's see how we are going to do. Try to have your commendations by green, recommendations you complete in between yellow, and try to wrap up. That's no rule, because few of the speakers say you need to complete by green and yellow and all, but it depends on the speech you are going to get. Some of the speakers deliver a speech there, you are flabbergasted. You don't have anything in recommendations, then you can't follow those rules. Remember, there are no B rule, there is a rule, and we need to find out our rules. So look forward to your evaluations, and you will see the difference as you evaluate. And as we call on the stage our first speaker of the day, Toastmaster Kalpana. But before we call on the stage with her amazing speech, let's call on a stage someone who's going to critique on her speech. Someone who's an amazing Toastmaster with passion for art, creativity, who makes posters so thrilling and so appealing that anyone can fall in love with that poster. And I loved her speech, so she's a beautiful speaker. Let's welcome on the stage Toastmaster Mahek to explain the speech objective of Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Chintan. Good afternoon, everyone. Once again, our speaker today is going to give a speech from the pathway Effective Coaching. She is on level 3, project 2, inspire your audience. And the purpose of the project is for the member to practice writing and deliver a speech that inspires others. The purpose of the speech would be to inspire the audience. I wish the speaker all the very best. Timer, please note that the timing for the speech would be 5 to 7 minutes. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Chintan.
Chintan,
You
you
are
speak
on
on
mute.
mute.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Toastmaster Mahek, for that wonderful introduction. Let's welcome on the stage our speaker of the day, Toastmaster Kalpana. Toastmaster Kalpana is a finance professional and a learning and development coach. She has dual masters in management and mass communications. Her aim is to contribute a bit to children, youth, and corporate professionals in developing communication and soft skills. Her time, and today she is going to deliver a speech from level 3, as Toastmaster Mahek mentioned. Toastmaster Kalpana, the adventure continues. The adventure continues, Toastmaster Kalpana.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Chintan, and I hope I'm audible and visible as well, because there's a makeshift arrangement. I'm at my friend's place. Okay, a very good afternoon to all of you. And before we begin, further, I would just like to do a quick check with all of you, and just request the audience if you can tell what is the purpose of your being at Toastmasters. I would request some of you to share your experiences in 1 or 2 words in paucity of time.
Improve the presentation and communication skills.
All right, thank you very much. Presentation, communication skills.
Learning.
Self-discovery.
Learning, opening up. Who said that? Lavina?
I said opening
Thank
up.
you.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else?
Self-discovery.
Self-discovery. Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit. So thank you all of you for your inputs. And I too have a purpose, and which is to improve my stage presence, which is exactly what I'm doing here, standing in front of you all. But the story begins when I was still in my teens. And that is the adventure that I would like you to take through, so that you have a bit of background about where I began, and how I ended up here. So while we were still in school in small town, growing up in small town in India, Hindi was the main language that I would speak outside of school. In school, it was only English. So, like Chintan said, that my learning was also through experiences and observations. And of course, we would learn from our parents. My parents were avid readers. So, there was a lot of reading both in Hindi and English at home. Now, there was a time when I was almost in high school when my parents decided to move from a small town in Madhya Pradesh to the city of Kolkata. And I moved to a different board of education. There, in the first English lecture that I attended, the teacher taught us a lesson. And at the end of I was stuck. I was dumbstruck. I didn't know what she's talking about, and I burst out laughing. Mehek, I learned to critique back then. So the rest of the period, I was standing outside of the class. This continued for the next 3 days. The third day, she took a test in English in which I scored a 7 on 25. I got the shock of my life to score so low in a subject that I took almost for granted till then. And the story continued. The English teacher was very strict, but a very respectful lady, and she helped me a lot. My family helped me a lot. And I learned that there is no other way than to work hard for improving my scores. That year, I just managed to pass. But in the next year, I continued working hard. And I was one of the toppers in board exams in that year. The lesson that I learned there was, if you can see this, weakness of skills can be overcome with the strength of will. And this is where my passion for communication began. As I moved further in life, the first job that I worked upon, my senior was very particular about how I should structure my emails, from the subject line to how I address people to the content of the email. He was so particular that sometimes I really found it overbearing, but I still continued to learn. It was a give and take situation, but the learning that I had from there continues to be with me till date, and I pass it on to my subordinates. My company gave me a lot of opportunity to work with people across the globe. That is where I learned to adapt the different styles of communication. Because I was in the finance field mostly until about 2 years ago, there was a lot of opportunities to provide technical trainings to people. And in that duration, I saw the seeds growing as a trainer. My company gave me an opportunity to go abroad. There, the firm had a learning lab where they invited CFOs and CEO level people, where I gave technical trainings. It gave me an opportunity to interact with a lot of people, to deal with them. There was stage presence still then, but I was only doing technical writing. My passion for communication, for writing still continued, but it had taken a backseat somewhere because at the forefront was just the finance education. Still, my learning from that phase is capitalize on your learnings at workplace. As times went ahead, I lost my parents very early. And that was a stage when I was functioning just like a robot, very low in life. And therefore, the only solace that I got was in volunteering activities. When I saw them smile, it gave me content and happiness. So in one of those volunteering experiences, I realized that why am I feeling so helpless? I need to respect the life that my parents have given to me. And besides my work, I need to do something and give back something to the society before I leave this world. Therefore, I learned that we should have gratitude for life. While doing these volunteering works, I worked with a lot of children and youngsters, including people at my workplace. And I realized that people do not have enough communication skills to express themselves properly. They are exposed to a number of technology these days. But you know what? There are certain basic learnings that are compromised. I wanted to help them become good communicators. That is where I found a marriage of my wanting to help and wanting to also improve upon being a communicator. So I found my purpose. But finding a purpose is not enough. I needed to upskill myself. So I enrolled myself in a communication course study. And there recently I completed Masters in Communication. I also enrolled in Toastmasters, where the club gave me a lot of opportunity to represent them at a number of forums. I recently completed one of my stages in Pathways. So therefore, I feel that upskilling is necessary. Lastly, currently I'm at a stage where I'm also working as a freelancer, as a soft skills trainer and a communications coach. I once met this guru at our home who said that the first step to doing anything is to believe in yourself. When I started the journey, I was not too confident, but I just began. The competition is tough, but there's miles to go for each one of us. So I strongly believe in myself. And my last statement to you would be believe in yourself and get set go. Thank you very much.
What a wonderful speech, Toastmaster Kalpana. And I request everyone to please spare a minute and send your messages critiquing on the speech what Kalpana has just presented in front of us. Let's observe a minute of silence and send her the Zoom message either on chat or one-to-one or WhatsApp. I hope you have sent messages or you can keep for speech. And let's see the third tool. First, we have seen the tool of active listening. Second, we have seen a tool to help us write or jot down the speech in a structured way in terms of evaluation. The third thing which I want to share with you, or rather let me ask you, what are the things that you look in a speech when the person is delivering a speech? And we are running out of time, so I request you all to unmute yourself and just shout out. What are the things you observe? What are the pieces of the puzzle? What are the nuts and bolts of a speech you observe? Anyone?
Chintan, could you repeat the question once? Sorry.
What are the elements or what are the things you observe when you are an evaluator in the speech?
The core message that the speaker wants to deliver.
Anything else?
I'll be
How
going based on
authentic.
Oh, sorry. After you.
Okay. I think I took you to a very philosophical side of an evaluation and I'm getting an answer. I want the basic answers, what a general evaluation should have in a speech.
Yeah. Can I, Chintan?
Yeah, Chandra.
Yeah. See, like I'll be going with the way the comfort of the speech went in, and then like even there are a couple of 5 to 6 parameters. Like I'll be validating what is the clarity and the interest and how engaging the audience were, like from my point of view.
Yeah,
So, like how
absolutely.
I felt engaged to the speaker. And finally, like, I'll be trying to link it with the purpose of the speech, like in which like example can be level 3 speech, like what went in today, like what is the purpose of that speech. Like, so that is what will be the input for me, like which I'll be looking at, and I'll be confining only for that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what everyone has shared is correct. In normal regular Toastmasters meeting, as an evaluator, the first thing we all want to do is go through the evaluation sheet, the purpose. What's the purpose of that speech? And below that, there are the criteria on which the speaker needs to be evaluated for that speech. There is eye contact, there is body language, there is gesture, there is a tone of voice. In voice also, you can have many things in your own way, the cadence, the rhythm, the rhyme, the pace at which the speaker speaks, the pauses the speaker had taken or not taken. So everything which is there on an evaluation sheet is a must for us to go through. And sometimes we miss to go through. We just ask for an evaluation sheet or ask for a title and ask for the purpose because we need to read it out and then give an evaluation based on our understanding. But as Toastmasters has defined the evaluation sheet differently for most of the project pathways. So try to go through that evaluation sheets. And if you are in a contest, as Dipti mentioned, authenticity is the first thing on which the speech should stand on, without which it's baseless. The next thing or the minor things when you are in the contest, and this is something I learned in my contest experiences, and I have told to few of the mentees who then went on to achieve great heights in contest, is look for something which is not obvious. For an example, and this is just to give an example, Kalpana, you started saying thank you. May I have audio video check? If I would have been an evaluator, I would have started from there. So look for the non-obvious thing, what others are not looking. If Kalpana's speech would have crossed red mark, the point would never be on my list because that red mark everyone would have observed. And for me, it's not a unique point. You observe, you put yourself in the shoes of a speaker. If there is a loss of connection, there is a point for you to either commend or recommend, because there is a way speaker responds to the loss of connection. I remember I had a speaker in the contest who lost the connection twice, and I commended the speaker. When everyone came on the stage and recommended that you should have the better network, that the speaker already knows. But I commended the speaker for the courage to continue the speech and not to give away that opportunity. So think what others would not think and then give an evaluation when it is a contest. Think what is out of the box, because you will find in the contest, as Mohit mentioned, it's a serious business. Everyone will know that the body did not have the right flow, but you need to tell how the speaker should come alive with a better flow. You just don't need to give an evaluation. And this is for both Toastmasters and the contest. There are evaluators who have, I would say, a pharmacist's prescription or a doctor's prescription. I'm a pharmacist student. So when we used to get an exam and any question asked with what are the side effects, we all write 3 things for sure: headache, nausea, and vomiting. There are evaluators who have 3 things. Your voice modulation could be improved, your pacing could be better, and the structure could have been better. But how? They miss the how. They just go on a stage and say voice modulation. But what voice modulation? In voice modulation, on what part of the speech you felt it was not right? On what line you felt it could be improved, and how it could be improved? If you go into this depth of the evaluation, then and only then the speaker will get the value. Latest example, last week meeting in this club, I gave an recommendation that your pace was fast. And the speaker called me asking, how can I reduce that? And the first question from my end was, what is the pace you are at? Because the person should know their pace. And the awareness, speak a paragraph and see how many words per minute you are speaking. And that will determine in 5 to 7 minutes how many words will go in your draft. Then record yourself and check your tendency. There are speakers who go on a stage and speak fast. There are speakers who go on a stage and speak slow. Adjust that. Speak with the mentor. If you feel that you are rushed at the end, then have an alternate ending that you can have in the back pocket and you can pull out if you feel that there is a red card. These are the points which most of the evaluators don't say when they say that you need to slow down or you need to take care of your pacing. But just saying is not giving the value. You need to tell how. And you need to be as precise as you can. You need to tell if voice modulation was missing, where, and why you felt it was missing. Because then the speaker will get value out of your evaluation. And as a speaker, if you are receiving an evaluation which is not having that how, you can always give a call to the evaluator. And if the person is not willing to share or might not be knowing, then just say thank you. But start going to another evaluator who might give you the direction and make a diary or a note of what kind of feedbacks you are getting. So you have kind of a library of what you are going through. As I told you in my last counter role, that you should be first thing aware of where you are going. If you are getting the feedback of voice modulation 10 times out of 20, there is definitely something wrong. Because there are evaluators who want to make an impression, they come on a stage and speak and give an evaluation to impress. And we want to filter out those evaluators. So as a speaker, you have your own rule that if I get out of 20, 10 comments like this, then I'll consider it as a correct feedback. We'll discuss more of how we need to deliver the evaluation. But before that, let me call on the stage someone who recently joined Toastmasters and someone I know very well. A passionate Toastmaster, someone who's into IT and a finance guy. Welcome on the stage, Toastmaster Ravinder as a table topics master.
Thanks, Toastmaster Chintan. Hope I'm audible to everyone. Okay, good afternoon, everyone, fellow Toastmaster and guest. So I'm the table topic master of today. Table topic help everyone to practice the art of improvisation and helps to think on our feet. Parallelly, table topic help to develop 4 vital communication skills. First, listening, thinking, organizing, and then delivering. So I prepared few topics over here, which I'm expecting will help to develop and make us better in improvisation. So in Toastmaster, we provide speaking opportunity to maximum audience. It's not very limited to only the members, even guests also can participate. So no more delay, let's start this. May I know who want to come first? Please raise your hand or you can call out. Okay, I think Deepti is first. Okay, Deepti.
Yes, thank you, Ravinder.
Okay, the topic for you is first thing you notice when you're meeting someone. First thing you notice when you're meeting someone.
Years ago,
very long back actually. I don't even remember or recall when. I read a quote which has had a lasting impact. The quote read, "You can know a man's character by the shoes he wears." That quote has stayed with me for life. So beware, friends and fellow Toastmasters. If I'm meeting you for the first time, ensure you're wearing good shoes, because that's where my eyes would go. Interestingly, when I first met my now husband, my eyes went to his shoes. And I recall to this day that he wasn't wearing shoes, he was in his floaters. But that told me about the simplicity of that guy. That is where I believed in what I remembered. The man's character is always in his shoes. To this day, I feel that the shoes represent comfort. If somebody is wearing comfort in the lowest segment, in the most invisible segment of your body part, that is the kind of care they want to give to you, to themselves, and ultimately to others. And that is the reason why I believe man's character can be judged by the shoes they wear. Thank you. Back to you, Ravinder.
Thank you, Dipti. Wonderful. We people are meeting virtually, I think, from the last 1 month. But I will make sure when we are meeting in person, I'll be wearing my shoes with full shine and polish. Thank you. Okay, who want to come next? I think Manoj's guest raised his hands earlier. So Manoj, are you ready for the topic?
Yes.
Okay, great, Manoj. So your topic is describe a hobby or activity that brings you joy. Describe a hobby or activity that brings you joy.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and table topic master, Toastmaster Ravindra Malik. One of the things which I really like about and give me a hush happiness is taking my cat for a walk. Now I know that cat for a walk is insane. People think I'm a unicorn. People think I'm an idiot. Let me take you back to a small story. When I was a small child, this was the kind of story been taught many times to me. A man taking a donkey with his son to a shop, to a supermarket, or maybe a kind of a farmer's market. And on his way, I can see that man and the son with a donkey. People, the strangers were looking, the onlookers were telling him, "Hey, you are a man. Take your son on the back on the donkey." So he put the boy on the donkey. And then later on, some people said, "No, hey son, take him farther on the donkey and you be walking." So the kind of hush story is that you can't make people happy. If you started to think and believe on others, you're not going to get anywhere. So that was a kind of story which stick to me many, many years ago, and it's been carrying on with me. But I have a cat, as I said before, I have a cat with me, Persian and Norwegian cross. My wife take the cat for a walk, strangers, the neighbors saying, "A mad woman taking a cat for a walk." She stopped going, stop taking the cat for a walk. My son took it, and his friends making a gig of him, a joke of him. He stopped taking it. But then it's come to my turn. So I take my cat for a walk. People look at me as a unicorn. People say he's an idiot. Have you ever seen someone taking a cat for a walk? I know people have seen dogs taking for a walk, but I take my cat. The reason is that my cat is happy and it makes me happy. Why should I bother about it? Why should I care about others? It's my way because it's my cat. And if my cat wanted to go for a walk, I will take him. He wanted to climb on the tree. He wanted to go against the Robin Hood, the birds, the squirrels. So the story backs up is that If you start thinking and believing on others' opinion, you will not going to take anywhere this one. So I would definitely stick to my cat because cat makes me happy and is cat happy as well. Back to you, Toastmaster Ravinder.
Wonderful, Manoj. What a nice attempt. Obviously, there is a says happiness is the key to success, and everyone have their own way of happiness. Even along with the cat walk, you are taking care of your health as well because you also doing the walk. If you don't have cat, might be you become lazy and you be on the bed till late, and you just wake up 10 minutes before you have to rush to the office. So very nice, great. May I know who is the next for the table topic? No hands. So
I can
shall
go
I
next.
pick?
I
Okay,
can
who
go.
is
This
this?
Chandra.
Chandra. Okay, Chandra. Okay, great. Thanks for coming forward. Okay, Chandra, for you, if you could host a talk show, who would be your first guest and why? If you could host a talk show, who would be your first guest and why?
Table topic master, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. If I host a talk show, the first member whom I will be interviewing will be our late Ratan Tata sir. Unfortunately, he is not there, but Ratan Tata sir is the first one like whom I will be inviting. Why? Because while they have a choice to make a lot of money, they choose to have a balanced impact on the society and grow along with the society. If he chose to become a richer person in the world, I am sure he would have done it pretty long back. However, they chose to give 60% of their revenue to the charity and 40% is the revenue which they kept to themselves. How this model is possible, like, I mean, how they're able to run and sustain such a long list of companies like which they managed, part of the Tata Group, is something which I am really curious and how like only with pure transparency, pure humanity, how they are still able to sustain business and grow, and that to make a significant impact in whatever areas they have been. That is one thing like I'm always curious, and especially seeing one last achievement which he has done before he passed away, where the airlines acquisition which he made, which was eventually called as Tata Airlines, which was started by their ancestors in the past, and what a great achievement. It's a great thing like which I always cherish, and I feel how that was possible for him. That's why like people say, when we have a goodwill, automatically there'll be help coming on the way. That's what he has chosen, and he has walked the path, and that's the reason why we see very less people, or like in fact I would assume and say there are no people who does not like Ratan Tata sir. To summarize, he's the one who I will be inviting to my talk show. Back to you, tabletop.
Wonderful, Chandra. I think, I believe, not think, I believe Ratan Tata is icon for everyone. And today our Toastmaster Mohit shared one article where our Prime Minister Modi tribute to Ratan Tata and says he's a man of letters. He used to write letters to our Prime Minister on each and every topics, on issues, appreciation, criticism, everything was done on the letter. So definitely, I believe everyone want to meet and greet Ratan Tata, but unfortunately, we can now. Thanks. Yes, everyone wanted to host. It was a wonderful attempt. Okay, I think we have more time and we can call more guests or any members. Okay, may I know who want to come next?
Kalpana has raised her hand.
Okay, Kalpana has raised. Okay, for Kalpana, let me find that topic. Okay, Kalpana, for you, what risk you took that you are glad you made? What risk you took that you are glad on made?
Thank you, Toastmaster Ravinder. And I'm so glad that it's a coincidence. The speech I gave is related to the topic that you have just given to me. The risk that I took is to take a setback from the finance profession that I was doing. I slowed down on it and I took on the journey of being a communicator. The sole reason for that being I've been passionate about it right from the time when I was a teenager, like I just stated in my story. And there is a purpose for that. I mean, it is not just about earning money, but when I decided to make that switch, it was totally about trying to give back something and doing something which is about out of my passion. I don't exactly remember what Toastmaster Mohit asked in the very beginning, but the related part there was that we all need to have a purpose in life. That was my purpose in life, where I it took me many years to actually nail down as to what exactly I should do and how I should structure it. So having something uh, which is a passion is one thing, but giving it back to someone requires a lot of dedication and effort. I see how Chintan puts in his articles every now and then. I'm not able to read so often, but I see that that's it. That is dedication. I see how Mohit puts up his stories and inspires others to do so. That is dedication. And that is what I learn and imbibe from people around me. That's the positive radiance I get, and that is what I will elucidate where wherever it is required in terms of whatever knowledge I have acquired, and I continue to work on it. So as we speak, I'm continue to work on preparing various modules to help children as well as adults learn. Here I am with a small assistant 7-year-old who's given me evaluation points on my speech. So that's my purpose. Thank you.
Thanks, Klabna. Wonderful. I believe risk is not a risk. It's basically just take the step, come out from your comfort zone. Because we people became very comfort. We always thought, okay, I am comfortable. Either if we are in the job, we are having the money. If I move my career from here to there are more. Again, the term is risk, but I don't think there is any word kind of risk. Just risk is your comfort zone, which you want to always remain, hide somewhere, hide behind someone. But yes, I think you overcome from your comfort zone as well as risk, and now I think you are glad the decisions you made, and you wonderful attempt, and you proved also there is no risk. Just come out from your comfort zone and take the next step. Thanks, Kalpana, for sharing your thought. Okay, can we take any more? Okay, may I know who's next? Okay, Mohit. Great. Uh, Mohit, your one excuse that fits everywhere. Your one excuse that fits everywhere.
Your one excuse which fits everywhere.
Yes.
One excuse that fits everywhere, my friends, is you know it already. It is I don't have enough time. I would have loved to join Toastmasters, but you know what? I'm busy at work. I have kids to manage. I have other things to do. I don't have any time. How about if you change the game? One thing that I learned was the moment you start saying that I have all the time in the world, something changes. When somebody pings me, Mohit, do you have some time? Yes, I do have the time. There's hardly an occasion when I say that I don't have time. People in the room, Ravinder, Deepti, Chintan, everybody, tell me if I'm telling a lie. Has there been a time when I haven't gotten back just because I don't have enough time? And I do consider myself on the journey to becoming successful, even if I'm not there yet. But saying yes, making time, which is the number one excuse in the whole universe, has got something to do with us being successful. So, friends, when somebody pings you, do you have time to listen to me? Do you have the time to review my speech? Do you have the time to give a presentation? Do you have the time to do this? Change the game. Say yes. Over to you, Table Topics Master.
Thanks, Mohit. Initially, I asked you one excuse, but you gave a lot of options. And secondly, yes, thanks for always available for everything. I seen you are one of the most active member among us. Either it's writing very quickly. I'm just wanted to know how quickly you share your article after just with the meeting is over. I seen over the LinkedIn or the WhatsApp. I seen the complete everyone about who wrote, who speak, comments, and you share each and everything. So that's very commendable. Thanks, Mohit. Okay, who is next? Monica is saying no. Okay, Mahek. Okay, yeah, great. Mahek, what the more memorable compliment you have ever received? More memorable comments you have ever received?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ravinder, for such a beautiful topic. There's one very recent compliment that I have received, and I won't forget this. It was, I think, back maybe 3-4 months back in June when we went for Oration 2024 at Toastmasters. There was one person from some gifting club who by mistake called my sister as Mehek, and she was being referred to as Mehek all the time at the Oration. So now recently I posted one of the picture where both of my sisters and myself were sitting, and that person actually gave a comment once again, and he wrote 3-3 Mehek. So that was actually a comment which made me laugh, and it did. I think it is very recent. It was being said that we all three look so similar to each other, and then after reviewing that picture once again, I actually thought that it actually showcased that we were looking like triplets or something like that sort of. So that's one of the compliments that I am cherishing till now, and I think there are many others compliment as well, but this is one of the compliment which I'm receiving from many other people now as well. Like the all three of your sisters, you have such resemblance on your face. Your sisters have so much resemblance on your face, and these are the comments that I'm receiving. So I'm cherishing these type of compliments really now. So that's my take on the topic. Thank you.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Mahek, Mahek, Mahek. Okay, anyways, just getting a compliment. Even after joining this Toastmaster, I seen getting a compliments from the people who are Toastmasters members. It's really a huge and big achievements. We felt confident. It boost our confidence, energetics, and like and make us we don't miss the any meeting. Yes, so that's great. So can we take any more or no? Okay, we are done with timing. Okay, thanks everyone for taking participation, coming forward, sharing your thought, thinking on your feet, and I think critic. You just speak in each and every word's critic. Yeah, great. Thanks everyone. Over to you, Toastmaster Chintan.
Give a big hand to Toastmaster Ravinder. And day before yesterday, he was asking how would he able to deliver great as a table topics master. And what he shared that there is no risk. He truly lives on that principle that he always stretches that comfort zone and then goes to a mile extra than what it is asked for. So kudos to you, Toastmaster Ravinder, for pulling out a great table topic section. As we discussed till now, that there is a mindset which is required for an evaluation. There is a tool set, starting with the active listening, a tool which we just discussed. The third thing, we should be aware of nuts and bolts of the speeches. We should understand the title from the beginning, because most of the evaluators miss the title aspect. You need to see everything which is there in a speech and able to articulate your evaluation, keeping the ultimate authenticity when you are on a stage while delivering. as we are moving to the most important part, that is how we deliver what we has jotted down in that plus or a square. And there's only one rule which I found useful, that what we discussed in the very first, be someone who wants to give a gift, who wants to give value to the speaker. Because when you are in active listening mode, thinking how you can give a value, note down the points, and then give an evaluation in an articulate manner with some creativity, and you are absolute authentic, the speaker for sure will open their heart and soul to receive your value. At the same time, you will also give value to the audience. Because remember, an evaluation does not give value to the speaker only, but to the audience as well. Today, we are going to see an evaluation of entire meeting, and it's only not for the role players, but everyone who's there as an audience. So when you are giving an evaluation, having your heart at the right place, being authentic, and just share it as a gift to value and empower the speaker on the stage will make you an evaluator who elevate. And if you can't do that much, remember how I started. I was selfish. I wanted to improve my speaking ability. So I was always looking for the nuts and bolts of the speeches. So if you don't want to give value to others, start giving value to yourself by taking more evaluations. And with that note, let's begin the general evaluation section, where we will be receiving the critique on the entire meeting from the general evaluator, Toastmaster Mohit. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chintan. I hope everybody is by now ready to receive the gift. You will be getting not one, but 3 gifts. So the first part of the gift is the prepared speech evaluation, which is going to be presented by Toastmaster Mehek. Let's start with you, Toastmaster Mehek.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. What a speech, Toastmaster Kalpana, that you gave today. A journey, a tour of your whole life, your career milestones, and your personal reflections. Let me start by saying what all things I loved in your speech. You grew us initially, just at the beginning of the speech, like what is the purpose of joining Toastmasters? It was the ultimate which grabbed the attention of the audience. The question instantly made us all feel to pause and reflect. What was our reason for joining Toastmasters? Why are we being here? Setting the perfect tone for the speech already. Then you enriched your speech by giving us a story about your personal life, how you began your life as and when you started your schooling, how English was once a challenging for you, and how you overcome your challenges by topping up and by your sheer determination was something that was the first instance of the story that you shared. Moving ahead, using of the props, that was something which I definitely loved. You were showing a story, telling about your instances with life, how you faced problems, and then your solution, how you overcome the challenge that you showcased, and there was a learning which was being shown as a prop. So kudos to you for doing that. It was giving a reflection, and for the audience as well, like, see, this was my problem and how I overcome it. This is what the solution, or this is what I have learned through the challenges that I overcome. Each story, whether it was about your strict teacher or learning English, or about your professional journey, your communication style, you as a soft skill trainer, it brought a clear and a relatable lesson for all of the audience present here. Now, moving upon to the areas which could be improved upon. Certainly, each story was valuable. Transitions between them could have been a little smoother to make the journey that could have been felt by the audience at large. But at times, there were sheer number of the anecdotes which make it challenging as an evaluator and maybe for the audience as well to digest each one of them. Adding a bit more voice modulation could be the second recommendation at certain points. For instance, when you were making a remark, when you were making or sharing your learning at the end by showcasing the props, you could have enriched your voice, maybe by saying, like, towards saying, when you ended your speech, in believe in yourself and get set go, something like this, so that showing a determination to the audience as well. Despite these minor tweaks, your message was clear and powerful. Your stories of overcoming challenge and the shift that you showed in the speech, okay, was really done very brilliantly. So all in all, the speech was heartfelt, it was insightful, packed with life lessons. A bit more polishing is required on the transition and your voice modulation. Otherwise, it was a great speech and it could reach to new heights with those minor recommendations. Thank you. Have a pass the stage back to our general evaluator.
Huge round of applause for Toastmaster Mehak. Thank you. Toastmaster Mehak followed a CRC model to the evaluation. She started with commendation, which is essential to grab the hand of the speaker so they understand what's coming next in terms of what can be done even better. And then she concluded with some further commendations. So thank you, Toastmaster Mehak. We hope that was an elevating enough feedback, Kalpana. And with that, we would move to the second gift, which is the gift of our tag team players. Our tag team has been doing a fantastic job in noting down everything in terms of timing, our counters, and grammarian aspects of the meeting. So let's call on stage the timer for the day, Toastmaster Monica, to present her report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit. Can I be provided share access?
Sure.
Thank you so much. Okay. As a timer critic for the day, here is my report. Speaker Kalpana took 7 minutes 26 seconds, and yes, she was within time. Mehak just on time. She took 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Again, she was able to complete the evaluation well in time, and what a beautiful evaluation it was. Then table topics, almost everybody completed well on time. Deepti took 1 minute 55 seconds. Manoj took 2 minutes 28 seconds. Chandra took 2 minutes 13 seconds. Kalpana took 2 minutes 12 seconds. Mohit took 1 minute 38 seconds, and Mehak took 1 minute 33 seconds. With that, everybody completed their talks well in time. Kudos everybody. Congratulations. Back to Mohit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Monica. It was a fantastic way to present the report on an Excel spreadsheet so everybody can look at it directly. Let's now call upon stage our counter of the day, Toastmaster Lavina.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit. So, as far as the crutch words during the meeting are concerned, I heard around 8 to 10 hours or ums from Mohit, one pause from Deepti, a couple of hours and ums from Deepti. From Toastmaster Chintan, I think absolutely flawless portions in the entire meeting, and not even a single crutch words I could find. Monica, Toastmaster Monica, almost 4 to 6 hours or ums. Moving on, Toastmaster Kalpana, a couple of and few hours and ums, like almost 4 to 5. Ravinder, I could hear no hours or ums, but I could find some repetitive words like I think, so, you know. Moving on, Toastmaster Mehak, I found 1 or 2 hours and ums, one like, a couple of ands, and one so. Nothing from Toastmaster Manoj, and almost nothing as well from Toastmaster Chandrasekhar. That's it from my our counter report. Over to you, Toastmaster Mohit.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lavina. I can't stop myself from critiquing a little bit, and I have to say that seeing your journey, you've taken the R counter role, I think, n number of times. And I must say that I remember the Lavina of 1 or 2 years back and the Lavina of now. There were hardly any R's and ums in the report that you presented. So kudos on that. Now, let's move on to our grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Mehek. Please present your report.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit. Good afternoon once again, everyone. So, as a grammarian, first I would like to take a note for all those who use the word of the day. So, kudos to Toastmaster Mohit, Toastmaster Chintan, and Toastmaster Kalpana for using the word of the day. Almost Toastmaster Mohit used it thrice, Toastmaster Kalpana used it 2 times, and Toastmaster Chintan used it for 5 to 6 times. Now, speaking about the good usage of the grammar used in the meeting today, Toastmaster Chintan had some really amazing quotes and were English words that were being used during his Toast teamwork session, considering such as mindset, fundamental, shout out, spotlight, evaluation is for the speech and never for the speaker, hungry for recommendation, listen with your heart, nuts and bolts of the speech, speech as a piece of art, pieces of puzzle. Coming to Toastmaster Manoj, use certain words like unicorn, farmer's market, hushed, gig. Toastmaster Kalpana used words like nail down, passion, dedication, inspires, imbibe, positive resilience, elucidate. Moreover, we became comfortable, that was being used, I guess, and certain learnings that were being shared by Toastmaster Kalpana, like capitalized learning at workplace, gratitude for life, believe in yourself, and get set go. These were some of the good usage of the grammar that was being used by different speakers. Now, coming to the not so good usage or something that we could improve upon, there was one speaker who used words, certain sentence like thanks for sharing your thought. It would be thanks for sharing your thoughts. And once it was being used, we became comfortable. It should be we become comfortable because it was being used for the present tense. So this is my report as the grammarian for the meeting today. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mehek. It was a well-rounded report. And with that, we come to the section of the meeting where I will be presenting my overall report. So for today's report, I have a lot of these plus signs for everybody who participated. Thanks to our Toastmaster of the day. So let's start with him. Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Chintan, had the audience engaged from beginning till end. His content was very valuable and his preparation stood out. What he can do better? Perhaps you should consider upon how to check on the wordiness, and because at times it is difficult to retain the attention of the audience, especially when there are so many distractions around. One way to do that could be to use visual impact presentations where required. Overall, a great presentation. Thanks to Chintan. Our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Deepti, she started with a summary about something which was in alignment with the theme of the meeting. What also stood out for her was that she forgot the mission statement. But did you notice that she did not lose her calm? It's okay for us to forget in such times when we are on the stage, but how we handle ourselves with calm, composure is what makes the difference. So kudos to Toastmaster Deepti on helping us understand that. Our tag team, although I have already shared a few pointers, but some things again for the timer of the day, Toastmaster Mona, the meticulousness in which you captured the report, It was a visual presentation which had its own impact. It also was the best use of the time. What can you do better? Since the report is on the screen in front of everybody, you can use the time for drawing out the themes which will benefit us all. Something for you to consider. On the R counters report, it was Toastmaster Lavina who presented that. She picked the role at the last moment. So fantastic, Toastmaster Lavina. You also could do even better by taking a cue from Monica by presenting a visual report, which will help us in knowing the themes rather than just knowing the details of the counts of everybody. Something for you to consider. The grammarian of the day had a word of the day which was also aligned with the theme, critique. Very well goes with the theme of the meeting. So kudos to Toastmaster Mehak on that. I personally think that again there is a room for adding more meat by coming out with more theme or some of the areas where we can improve. There were quite few today, but overall a great presentation from your side too. I would like to give a huge kudos to our table topics master of the day, Toastmaster Ravinder Malik. It was his debut role as the table topics master, and the way he did it was exemplary. I have noted that sometimes the experienced, more seasoned people do very average job at various roles, whereas the new people who come on the stage bring in a fresh energy. I hope you continue with that energy and also set an example for all of us, including me, to follow. You have explained your role very well. You have brought out topics which are very relevant and you were very present. The best part about your role was that you were very present in the meeting. You were giving a summary of every table topic speaker presentation, and you were going the extra mile, like Toastmaster Chintan mentioned. Something that I noted, and perhaps for me and as well as you to check back, is you mentioned that table topics helps us in improvisation. I could be wrong, but I think we need to look at the difference between the word improvisation and impromptu or improvement, because I think improvisation could mean something slightly different. Something for us both to perhaps go back and check. You already also did my role of giving evaluation to all the table topic speakers. So kudos to you on that. Overall, and summarizing with the feedback for everybody who's present over here, you all participated very well. You all seem to be fully engrossed, and that's the best way we learn. If we participate, we learn. If we just watch it like a TV channel, there is hardly any learning that happens. So kudos to everyone, and I would say unmute yourself and give a round of applause to all of us because we were participating actively. On the flip side, we need to start by joining 5 minutes early. So all these delays that happened with the technical issues and starting the meeting late could be avoided if we do that. All in all, there is a lot that I'm taking back from today's meeting, and I wish and hope that we continue on the path to learning and growing together. That's all for my report, and handing it over back to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Chintan.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohit. The only point I want to make is the title which we had, that evaluate to elevate. Whenever you go on a stage and have the eye to detect the elements of a speech, whether you are an evaluator or not, but it will help you become a better speaker day by day. And I have seen myself firsthand that to be a better speaker, it's always important to be a better evaluator. And with that note, I conclude the theme of the day and hand the charge and the stage back to the presiding officer of the day, Toastmaster Mohit San. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Huge round of applause for Toastmaster Chintan. Amazing presentation. And Toastmasters if there's one thing that I have learned from Toastmasters, it is to give effective evaluation and receive evaluation in a nice manner. And that makes a world of difference. So you touched upon that topic, and fantastic uh, job there. Okay, thank you. I hope everybody enjoyed the meeting, and I would like to take some feedback, especially from the guests. So let's see who would like to come forward. Megha, would you like to share your views about the meeting? Can't hear you, Megha. While we are waiting for Megha, we'll check
Can I
with
go?
Chandra. Yeah.
Yeah, please. Yeah, thank you, Mohit. Like I am glad that like I was able to attend your meeting, and definitely though like see it was a very planned meeting organized and it went very well, and especially like I mean to start with, like you set the tone to the meeting, and really it was flawless. And Tmod Chintan like a fantastic job as a Tmod. I felt the genuinity and the way like you brought in a different dimension like altogether, which adds value for me as a Toastmaster, how to relook like to do the evaluations. Like I think that was very well explained, and definitely like I think it made me curious to check out and know like if you already have listed something, the approach like which you have walked through today part of the remote session, so that like I think it I will try to take it back to my members and then get that benefit, so which they can benefit out of this. I'll be following a similar approach, but again the one like which you suggested today was head on. Like I think it will given an opportunity to capture like everything without missing, so that like we don't end up writing the speech like what speaker is delivering. So that's what like I understood. Like I think good job on that one. And again I second like what Toastmaster Mohit has already added. So in the interest of time, like I think Toastmaster Ravinder like say didn't appeared like as if you're doing for the first time. Like good job as a table topic master, and all the role players and speakers and evaluators. So to Toastmaster Kalpana and Mohit, like I think I thoroughly enjoyed your presence like part of the virtual stage today. With that, I think thank you, Mohit, for the opportunity for sharing my feedback. I request you all to attend our meetings as well, like which will be online on first and third Sundays. So like we meet second and fourth Sundays offline, and then first and third Sundays online. So I'll be sharing that invite. Like I request, since I have the Chintan number with me, I'll be sharing that invite so he can post it in your members group. Like that is one thing I would suggest. Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit. Back to you.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that, Chandra. It was wonderful having you. Let's also gather some more feedback. To Satish, would you like to share your feedback? Satish? We have Jwala Prasad as well. Jwala, would you like to share your feedback about the meeting? So while we are waiting for Jwala and others to share their feedback here, would
Yes, sir. Good
request
evening, sir.
everybody to check the chat box where we have put the link to the voting input required from you, and also some additional feedback that you might want to share. So please click on it, and I would request our timer of the day to give us all 1 minute for that. Yeah, Jwala,
Hello. Yes.
please.
Yes. Good
Yes.
evening, sir.
Good
Thank you
evening.
very much for giving me this opportunity, sir. Actually, Toastmaster Kalpana was really impressive during her speech, and I am really impressed by the way you are inviting the member and you are giving a fairly chance to everyone to speak. But because today is a working day for me and I am in office, so I did not capitalize the opportunity. So definitely on any Sunday or any other day, whenever I was off duty, then definitely I will also like to participate. Thank you very much, sir.
Absolutely. Surely, Jwala. It was wonderful having you. Thanks for sharing your comments. And yes, would anybody else like to share their feedback? Kalpana, is there anything you would like to add?
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohit. I completely echo what Chandra mentioned in terms of how Chintan has shared his thoughts on evaluation, and he has basically given a short training to all of us. Can't wait to have him at our club, either online or offline, whichever way we can. I mean, as I say, sharing is the best way to learn. That's what you're doing. So great effort out there, Chintan. And I mean, I've learned from each one of them. Mehek, you look like you are very young, but so impressive. I mean, you're one of the rarest, best evaluators that I've come across. So very well in terms of how you articulated it. I really liked it. Same goes for Ravinder, the way you conducted, and unique topics, not run of the mill. So really loved it there. Looking forward to having you all at our club as well. It is in Sector 83 Gurgaon. We also run a Gavel Club for children between 8 to 18 years old. And yeah, I would also love to come back again whenever I can. So that's about it. And thank you very much, Mohit. We've been chatting for long, but this was a last minute thing. I don't think I did too much justice to my speech, but still I tried. Thank you.
Really, it was pleasure hearing your speech, and it's also a pleasure having you, Kalpana. And also look forward to having your Gavel Club sort of popularized elsewhere, because there are so many people who reach out to me about the Gavel Club. There aren't as many as it seems we need. So we'll have to spread the word about it.
Sure. I'll share the details with you. No worries.
Absolutely,
And I
yeah.
do post certain things on my LinkedIn profile, but now the club is up and running with all the children. I will share the details. Sure. Thank you.
We look forward to that. And those of you who don't know, Gavel Club is like Toastmasters for those who are under 18 years of age. So your children, your nieces, nephews, whoever you think will benefit from it. It's a wonderful platform. Both my children have been Gaveliers for many, many years, and it has clearly made a huge difference. So thanks, Kalpana, for doing this job of running a Gavel Club. Thank you. And yes, we are almost at the end of the meeting, and there is a lot of feedback that I am receiving and the voting. So I'll consolidate that. But I would like to wrap it up by where I started in the beginning about what makes the difference between successful and ultra successful people, right? The ultra successful people say no to almost everything that comes their way. And I have to say that, Kalpana, you have sort of stolen my thunder a little bit, because the reason why the ultra successful people say no to most of the things is because they have identified their purpose. If you identify your purpose, you would take up the opportunities which are in line with that purpose, and you would say to almost everything else. But there is something more that I would like to add. Finding your purpose is one part of the puzzle. The other important thing is also the ultra successful people have identified their core values. You can still achieve your purpose by going the wrong ways, but the ultra successful people ensure that their core values are not compromised as they move towards their purpose. So with that, we come to the end of this meeting, and I am just consolidating the results. I will open it up in case anybody would like to share anything while I'm adding up the votes. Perhaps, Chintan, you can share a bit about your preparation process for the meeting while I consolidate the votes.
Yeah, so the preparation process for me was always I go with 40% of preparation and 60% impromptu, because I'm not a good prepared speaker. I'm a better table topic speaker. So that's what I go for, and I speak my heart out as I say or I preach. And yeah, that's basically what I do. That I don't miss a chance to go on a stage, because it gives me the practice and the stage time. And then I don't go too much time investing into preparing. Rather, I improvise at what Ravinder said. I improvise and I seek the energy from audience members. I understand how their reactions are, and then I mold my speech according to that. And that's the biggest advantage of not having the content absolutely prepared for me. And everyone has a different ratio. My few of the mentors have 100% ratio of preparedness. That means they prepare word to word, syllable to syllable, dot to dot, comma to comma. And I found my ratio 40-60. So it's for everyone to find out their ratio, I would say. And Kalpana, you have the Gavel Club. Is it different from the club which I think Nilima Wali is running?
Yeah, it's different from that.
Okay. Because
we have only two clubs in Gurgaon.
Okay.
One is the one that Nilima runs, and the other one is
Okay.
ours. Yeah.
Because last week I have been assigned mentoring for a Gavel. So I thought to ask you that is it the same club starting, and you also mentioned that, yeah.
I'm not sure if she's given you some mentor role for our club members, but yes, there's something which we have been doing for both the clubs together.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, great. And I do have the.
We can be in touch.
Yeah, sure.
Yep. All right. Yeah, absolutely. Do have the results now. So let me start by announcing the best speaker of the day goes to none other than Toastmaster Kalpana. Huge round of applause for Kalpana. Our best evaluator goes to Toastmaster Mehak. Huge round of applause for Mehak. Our best role player for the day goes to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Chintan. Round of applause for Chintan. Best table topic speaker today goes to Toastmaster Deepthi. Round of applause there for Deepthi. You want to come on camera, Deepthi? And the best auxiliary role player goes to the grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Mehak again. So round of applause for everyone who participated and everybody who benefited from today's meeting. We'll meet again next week with another theme. And with that, we conclude today's meeting.
I'll just take a minute, Mohit. I just
Sure.
want to ask, Ravinder has mentioned that he would be providing a speech next week. Anyone wish to take up a team mode role or any other role? I think Deepthi needs to take a team mode role.
Yes, I will, but not next week, Chintan.
Okay, then it
Not
goes
next
to...
week. Yeah, I'll be out of station, so it'll be difficult for a team mode role.
Okay.
The week after that, I can.
Okay, so I'm noting down the week after that, Deepti's team
Yes, sure. Sure.
speech.
Toastmaster Chintan, just
Oh,
one
wait.
thing that I
23rd.
would like to highlight is that next week we do have the session by Toastmaster
Okay, table
Davinder.
topics.
The topic on table topics. So please, bear that in mind, and we can have a. So the agenda for next week would be we will have table topics first, then we will have Davinder's table topics session, so that he can also see how we did and where can we improve. He can help us with his expertise, and then if time allows, we will have one speech.
Okay. Otherwise, we can have a table topics marathon and a general evaluation. So everyone will be speaking table topics and kind of an expert feedback from him, and then general evaluation of the overall meeting.
This is Saturday or Sunday?
It's Saturday, 3 p.m.
But I can see Ravinder looking me with the angry face that he wants to give the icebreaker speech. We will sort it out. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, even Monica says she wants to deliver a speech. I see that in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, whatever next avenue is possible. If next week not possible, then following week.
For sure. So we are overflowing with the roles nomination, Mohit. That's a good thing. And we will discuss, internally how to sort this good problem.
It's a good problem.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Chintan, for bringing that up. Thank you, everyone, for joining. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.